Did you know that nearly 1 in 4 children experience some form of emotional neglect? This isn't just an emotional wound. It actually changes the structure of the brain. In this video, we're going to explore how childhood neglect can impact the brain, leaving long-lasting effects that shape our lives as adults. Emotional neglect occurs when caregivers consistently fail to meet a child's emotional needs, often unintentionally. Unlike physical abuse, emotional neglect is less visible, but it has serious implications for mental health and cognitive development. Let's look at how this experience can shape the brain and impact our lives. Children who experience emotional neglect often grow up feeling unworthy or not good enough. These individuals may struggle with self-esteem, constantly questioning their own worth or validity. They may also have difficulties in forming secure relationships because they've never learned to fully trust or rely on others for emotional support. On top of that, emotional neglect can lead to a heightened sensitivity to criticism and a tendency to suppress emotions. As adults, they may experience intense loneliness, difficulty understanding or expressing their feelings, and a persistent fear of abandonment. These challenges are a direct result of the lack of emotional nurturing during childhood, which, as we'll see, affects the brain in profound ways. Research has found clear links between emotional neglect and changes in brain structure and function. The areas most affected include the amygdala, which plays a key role in processing emotions, and the prefrontal cortex, responsible for complex decision-making and impulse control. For instance, studies have shown that individuals who experience emotional neglect often have a hyperactive amygdala, making them more prone to anxiety and heightened emotional reactions. Additionally, neglect can lead to a weaker prefrontal cortex, which impacts our ability to regulate emotions and make sound decisions under stress. The brain essentially adapts to an environment where it's constantly on guard, creating a state of heightened alertness and emotional reactivity. To illustrate this, let's consider a real-life story of someone I'll call Sarah. Sarah grew up in a household where her parents were often absent or emotionally unavailable. Even though she wasn't physically harmed, she rarely received the emotional warmth or support she needed. As an adult, Sarah struggled with chronic feelings of emptiness and anxiety. She couldn't understand why simple conflicts left her feeling devastated, or why she had such a hard time trusting people, even those who showed her genuine care. After years of therapy, she discovered that her brain had been shaped by emotional neglect, leaving her with a hypersensitive amygdala and weakened ability to regulate emotions. Her brain had literally adapted to an environment of emotional scarcity. In summary, emotional neglect during childhood doesn't just impact our emotions, it can shape the brain itself. These changes can lead to heightened anxiety, struggles with self-esteem, and difficulties forming secure relationships. It's a powerful reminder of why addressing childhood neglect is so important for mental health. Have you experienced something similar? What are your thoughts on this topic? Please share in the comments. And if you're interested in learning more about mental health, be sure to check out our next video, where we'll discuss ways to begin healing from childhood trauma. Thanks for watching.